Y'all, I'm back with another one. Today we're going to be talking about the news that broke out yesterday about the internet's favorite stretch mark lover, Derek Jackson, who announced on his Instagram that he and his wife are now getting a divorce. And I got a video from Anton Daniels, shout out to him. He explains the real reason behind this that most people probably aren't seeing. This is fair use. Shout out to Anton Daniels. I will put a link to this video down below, so make sure you guys go check out his channel. This is fair use. So let's
Before we even get into my thoughts on the whole situation, because who better to speak on it than me, somebody that has been successfully married for the past 18 years. Before I get into it, I want to go into his statement, right? He says, over the past several months, my family, and he got basically 42,000 likes as of the recording of this video. Over the past several months, my family and I have gone through many changes. Some of you have speculated, while others of you have reached out to offer support as we privately establish this new normal for ourselves and our beautiful children. Who wrote this? Earlier this year, after much prayer, counseling, and deep consideration, probably more like arguing, fighting, and a lot of feistiness is going on inside of that house.
Oh, yeah.
Just my personal opinion. We decided to go our separate ways and filed for divorce. And she filed for divorce. Yep. Making a decision to file was one of the hardest decisions of my life. But I found peace knowing that our mission of raising healthy children, starting with healthy and whole parents, is still being accomplished. Now, before we continue to read the rest of this, the next two sentence and paragraph is no way based off of what it is that I've been seeing online from her, as far as her wishing death and destruction on people that have anything to say about the public figure that he is, and then he dragged her into it. There's no way that that's a healthy situationship for the kids. We all know that parents and two...
Absolutely not. This is no way. Yeah, because this is all. I guess he has. I don't know if Derek Jackson has a PR team, so I guess that's who really wrote this. Because I don't think he wrote this himself. To be quite honest with you, I mean he has a network too many. He may have a PR team that wrote this for him. I mean, with counseling, prayer, and deep consideration, like who really? Unless you're one of his naive cult followers that really believes anything he says. The average bear looking at this is going to be like, yeah, this is mostly cap. No divorce comes after much prayer, counseling, and deep consideration. It comes after, it usually will come after, you would think it will come after like fights and all this other garbage and a whole bunch of disagreements and yada, 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 rah, 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 and all this other stupid ass shit. You know? But most people looking at this is like, come on, man. Just tell it like it is.
Family households often at times raise the kids that are the least dependent, most successful, less likely to go to jail, less likely to join a gang, so on and so forth, right? These are statistics that can be backed up. But more importantly, I want you to be able to read through the lines. This is not 1990 where you can just put out a statement and that's the end of the conversation. Social media has changed everything, how we see relationships, the level of visibility that we have into people's lives, being able to capture exactly what's going on. But before I give my thoughts, let me continue to read the rest of this message. From falling in love as just teenagers to becoming spouses and now co-parents. This is going to be important later when I give my thoughts. I'm grateful for the years that we've spent together and wouldn't trade them for anything. I was blessed to have such an amazing person in my life and will forever be thankful for all she's meant to our family. We ask if you pray for us as we navigate this grieving process. If not, please respect our privacy. Okay, cool. I like that statement. Pretty straightforward, nothing crazy, well written, so on and so forth. But let me give you the real skinny.
Before Anton gets into that, I think if Derek Jackson really wanted people to respect his privacy, I don't think he would have made this announcement. He probably would have just kept it as quiet as possible. Other than that, if you wanted people to really not, mess with you and your soon-to-be ex-wife's privacy, you probably would have never talked about this to begin with. Y'all would have just had the divorce and kept it moving, and then people would have found out after the fact that the divorce is finalized. But, we don't live in a world like that.
And this is just my opinion. This is my thoughts based off of a lot of the different people that I coach the things that I see, and then my own personal life experiences all mixed into one big cocktail, right? What you have here is a man that has outgrown his circumstance. That's the harsh truth. This is a man that has outgrown his circumstance. I get it. I understand. Kind of reminds me of that guy that was on, what is that? Temptation, from the Tyler Perry movie, Temptation. I watched that the other night in the studio. I had it on the TV. So let me check this out, right? And, they grew up together in an environment where they were probably not privy to what was going on in the world. Often the time that happens in the church. And people don't know what they don't know. And he didn't know that he was going to become big and a megastar and have a level of visibility and so on and so forth. And so while she was still putting on her helmet of righteousness, he was going out here getting buff, getting big, having chicks in his DMs. And no matter how much he talked to y'all and told y'all, hey, this is what a narcissist man looks like, and this is, no matter how much he sent to the women, ultimately he fell victim to what most men fall victim to when they're not able to really substantiate their time and then exercise a level of discipline. It's he had money, he had fame, and then more importantly, he had women.
All day, it's like Derek Jackson made a huge living. For those of you who don't know, he made a huge living just pandering to women, telling them what they wanted to hear, not what they needed to hear, right? Talking about how much men are garbage, men need to do this, men need to do that, there's nothing wrong with you. A real man loves stretch marks, a real man loves a single mom, a real man loves this, da 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 da. Things he would never follow himself because he knows it's insane. And he knows what most women are emotionally driven, so they're going to listen to this and take it to heart. And now he's pretty much dug himself into a hole that he probably won't be able to get himself out of. I don't think he'll ever make a recovery from this, to be honest, because this is the second time he was caught stepping out on his wife. And he was able to make a comeback from the first one. But this, oh, no. Oh, no. Now, he's still going to have a few of his cult followers that will still follow him no matter what. But I think it's gonna take a downturn. He might make significantly less than what he's used to now.
That were beating down his doors. And he didn't know he was going to get famous before he decided that he wanted to rock out with his childhood chick, right? Now, the question that we really need to ask ourselves is there a level of loyalty that she is owed, or do you just really outgrow your circumstance because what you anticipated for it to be is much different than what it is? Let me say that again. What you anticipated for it to be is much different than what it is. I'm pretty sure he did not anticipate being the man that he is today as far as being great and famous and all that other type of stuff, right? I mean, you can look at the picture, you can look at the videos that she be uploading, you can even look at that hostage situation video that they made where once he got caught cheating, and, he had a lot to say about, hey, listen, it was me and my family, and we decided to patch it up and work it out and work together.
He's talking about that video they made with his wife sitting there with that bonnet on, and he's pretty much got an ironclad grip on her hand, and she's looking real uncomfortable because he probably told her beforehand, look, I'm about to clean up my image, don't mess this up, da-da-da-da-da, blah, 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 blah. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend you go see it. I think it came out earlier this year.
Together, she looked crazy. At the very least, go and get her hair done, her makeup done, so she can look good on camera. And I'm sure, to speak on her behalf, based off my opinion, she didn't ask for this. I'm sure she did not know that this was going to happen and he was going to blow up and there was going to be a level of visibility and then he was going to get caught cheating and then she was going to be dragged in the middle of it. She just wanted to do her little crazy scriptures and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And so, I think that this is a situation in which he's really outgrown the situation. Now he want to go and have him a city boy winter / spring, fall, winter. My advice to him at this point,
the city boy summer, that's a good one,
is to pivot and probably not even get married, because you don't even want to put yourself in that situation where you're then bound by the vows that you make and the laws by which you made and the oaths that you made under God. to the woman that you would marry again, right? Unless you want to do it for his image and he truly understands looking at it from a business perspective, then he'd have to move a little bit more carefully to make sure that he don't get caught in no scandals. However, last but not least, my final thought, this could be a phenomenal situation for him if he spins it and he leans into his greatness and allow for himself to be great instead of still trying to spit that same old based on his past current circumstance. He no longer that guy. He no longer have the selling power to spit that narrative behind selling women on the whole lifestyle and being faithful and all of that. But this visibility can really turn him into a superstar if he knows how to navigate it correctly.
And Anton, I 100% agree. Like I said earlier, I don't know if he plans on trying to make a recovery from this. I don't see how any sane woman that's now probably looking at this like, is he really the guy he says he is? And he's still trying to put out that same rhetoric that he's been putting out for years that made him who he is. I have to imagine any smart, because most of his audience is women, let's keep it a buck. How can any sane woman now look at him and listen to what he says and be like, wait a minute, he stepped on his wife twice. Why is he telling me blah, 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 A, B, C, D? It's like, I don't see, he might have to go into a different field. He might have to go talk about something else, because for him to continue to talk about relationships at this point, this is going to make his whole image like look much worse than what it is now, if you ask me. And he's just gonna have to start from square one again if he wants to be big on the internet again. Because I don't know if these two have a prenup or not. I highly doubt it. I don't think, like Anton said earlier, I don't think Derrick Jackson anticipated on being this as big as he is now. Because now he has to deal with the darker side of being, somewhat famous, having that blue check mark on social media. It's gonna come with a lot of women coming at him, wanting to be with him, wanting to be around him because of who he is. And I don't think he mentally, physically, or psychologically prepared himself for that. And it ended up ultimately costing him his marriage with his childhood sweetheart, apparently. And now he has to live with that for the rest of his life. Do I personally feel bad for him? No, not really. I mean, it is what it is. He made his decisions. Now he has to live with it. I mean, he's a grown man at this point. I personally don't feel bad for him, but if someone else out there feels bad for him, it is what it is. I ain't mad at you for that. But anyways, if you made it to the end of this video, I sure do appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Make sure you give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. Help me reach my next goal of 500 subscribers. I would really appreciate that. Also, shout out to Anton Daniels. I will leave a link to this video in the description down below, so you can go check out his channel if you'd like to support his work as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.